Hello, Mechwarriors and tacticians of the future. Welcome back to BattleTech and playing hardball. Let's appreciate our beautiful Argo. For just a moment, she looks very clean and shiny, I think. Yeah, so that's actually also a worthy sight. Today is our last episode, I think, of this Let's Play. Because there are no more contracts, there are only 5 days left. I don't know what's going on, but we could actually try and fly somewhere. So let's recollect. Let's look at our mechs. But I think the game will probably just end. I don't know, but we'll see. Oh yeah, by the way, let's repair this one. Oh, let's have a look. Cancel. Let's have a look. So, the Atlas is one of the most iconic mechs. Also, probably thanks to the cockpit, I guess. Yeah, let's have a look at the mech. So that's certainly very cool. Yeah, a very cool mech. But I have to admit, it's not even my favorite mech. Yeah, it's very cool. Has a lot of firepower, but I felt that this one was never really even our strongest one. Although I gave it the best stuff we had. I mean, okay, we could have given him the Gauss rifle or something, but I always felt the Gauss rifle was better placed. Like, can we repair everything? Yeah, it was better placed on the Marauder. So, but this one has a lot of armor, as we can see here. I like this build a lot. Yeah, being able, like you probably noticed that I personally like versatile builds. I mean, we did specialize the mechs also, but I always felt, as you don't really know what's happening in a battle, that it's better to have more tactical options. And with this buddy, we had a build where we had a lot of melee attack, and with this chassis quirk, the 40 damage points here that we can see there, chassis quirk, is actually the highest in the game. So there's not, I think at least, yeah, 40 points is the highest, but obviously this mech is also not the quickest one. But what I like is also to be able to jump around, generate evasion, and I always felt that this is quite worth it, because if we think 3 jump jets for assault mechs, they weigh 6 tons, and we already have nearly the maximum armor, and the only thing that we could increase would be a little bit more firepower. But I felt here with the snap PPC, that is a lot of firepower there for an laser. For an energy hardpoint. We have 2 energy hardpoints with this one only in the arms and 2 in the chest, but I always felt that the hit defense is the best. Yeah, because that increases your versatility. If this game was economically more realistic, and I think the mod Rogue Tech is actually doing that you have to pay for the repairs and you have to pay for deploying your mechs as well. There it becomes even more important not to be hit. Yeah? So I felt that this hit defense was always a nice thing. So especially as we are this mercenary company, so we need to think ahead, and we don't want to lose our mechs because they are our most important asset. So, and I feel that this was always a good thing here. And this is also why I personally don't like weapons in the torso, actually. Yeah, I mean, okay, the argument pro torso weapons would be that if your arms are shot off, and they are easier to be shot off than anything else, probably, then you still have these weapons here in the torso, of course, right? But you are in very big trouble anyway. Yeah. So, and it took us a while to get double heat sinks. Took ages actually, but that was a very good boost in our efficiency otherwise. So, but I would not change anything on this mech. I really like the LB-20X, yeah, to have this strong weapon. Let's have a look here at the AC-20s. The thing with the AC-20s is they weigh 14 tons, and what you want to do is to think about the damage per tonnage, yeah, and also the protection per tonnage, in my opinion at least, yeah. And that's why I feel that this build here was very, very versatile. So we've got short range, high damage output, but we also have a long range potentially with this L-pulse laser at 450 meters. So this is not extremely long range here, of course, but you can usually get close soon enough anyway. Yeah, I would feel that having a missile boat that is naturally not very mobile, you are usually at a disadvantage. Yeah, I think there would be only little terrain where you can hide behind a rock and stay hidden for long and shoot people. But then you always need the ability to sensor lock someone with someone else as well. So literally you need 2 mechs. And that's why I personally am also not a big fan of LRMs, the long-range missiles. While they are kind of cool, I would only use them in a defensive role in LRM turrets, yeah, and have mechs going around to identify attackers. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just, in my opinion, it's just fooling around and having fun and so on. But to be as effective as possible, in my opinion, LRMs are not the best choice. Yeah. And I think our statistics speak for that. But well, you are heartily invited to discuss this. The comment section is all yours. But I personally like this a lot. The Snap PPC is a very fine weapon because it like the PPC, it causes stability damage in addition to the sensor impairment. So that was a pretty nice thing here. I always liked these exchangers as well, but you might have noticed that I always went to the edge. So I preferred to have more firepower, initial firepower, at the cost of having to, oh yeah, we can confirm this, at the cost of having to wait a little bit for the next load of attacks. Yeah, rather have an advantage and mess up someone pretty nicely. What's happening? Why isn't he repaired? Repair him. So then our Annihilator, once we had this guy, that was really awesome, but it's also, as we can see here, I mean, he's got a huge damage output here, firepower at 510. So the Atlas had 431, I think. Let's look at the Annihilator again. The loading times in the game, that's something that I don't understand, but I think it's just shabby programming probably. So here, I went for the ultra autocannons, and especially the versions that weight less. Again, with the thought that we need to consider the damage output per ton invested. So, and that was certainly a good thing. But more often than not, we were actually not able to even fire the short-range weapon, and the Annihilator is really a little bit slow. I like the jumping capability usually, so we can get over mountains at least to a degree. Yeah, because I felt that with the bull shark, we were always tactically impaired because the bull shark can't jump. Yeah, that's why I like jump jets. Here we didn't have so many arm mods, or rather put them on other mechs, because this one has only a chassis quirk of 25, which is quite curious because it's such a heavy mech. Yeah, so there's more physical force actually going on, but I guess it's because this guy is so sluggish. But I also felt that the damage output with this guy was tremendous, of course. Yeah. Heat efficiency is a bit better than on other mechs, and I also think that this the TTC here for the ballistic accuracy did help as well, probably. Yeah, did help nicely. But it also the thing that I tried to maximize the advantage that we had with this BSC system that is built in here for 20% more ballistic damage. So, and so far it does, in my opinion, it doesn't even make sense to put energy weapons in here if we have such a thing here. So then every ton in energy weapons is wasted, in my opinion. And I feel that this was a very nice build. Yeah, I think the guy was never really threatened in the first place. But what I always liked was the injury resist here in the cockpit mod. Although we had one guy, yeah, like, I mean, we got shot in the face now and then, but this usually saved us, in my opinion. And it definitely saved some of our pilots in some battles. But let's look at our memorial wall. So we lost adrenaline, hit in the head by an enemy Atlas. So that was a bad day. Our sharpshooter, adrenaline, with our breaching shot here. Let's mourn him a little bit. Command Experience Federal Military Solaris Gladiator. This was a story. Oh, and even the music gets a little bit sad. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. There. Yeah, so here. Then the next one, King Crab. That's also a nice mech. Also, the thing was, you probably remember that I usually stripped all the mechs of everything just to compare how many tons of equipment and armor you can put in it or on it. And I think the ratio is actually better with this one than with the Atlas. That's also a thing to consider. So, and this is a very nice and versatile mech. Like, I like it. Quicker than the Annihilator. With this build we had 462, so that's roughly 30 points more damage output than the Atlas. We have a very nice long range with air laser and ultra autocannon 540 meters even, 450 meters here. Ability to do harm on an extreme distance. And this one is 450 meters as well, like the air laser. And then short range SRM ability. Yeah, so that I feel that this was also a very good build. But always, as always, heat problems, which we tried to reduce by using this heat bank here. So we can do this initial attack, dish out a lot of damage, and then maybe even retreat or something. So this would be a thing for hit and run as well. Yeah, and I'm very pleased with this this mech and this build. Firepower, durability, as we can see, is all on the maximum, except for the torso, the center torso, and a little bit less leg armor. But I feel that's quite worth it. The King Crab also has this chassis quirk of only 25 points. And well, it didn't have so much space for more arm mods anyway. But we put a little bit on it, as much as we could afford. So, but that was a fun build. Let's have a look at it. Oh, by the way, I didn't look at the Annihilator on short. We can do that. So here, like so. Very nice. And here the gyros that changed the color here on the joints. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Let's do this with the Annihilator just for a second. Once ages have passed for the loading time. Yes. No, come on. Yes. You can do it, right? So, this is, it's not because of my computer. My computer is very powerful. This is game. This is the game. This is the programming. There's something shabby about it, I guess. And it's, yeah, it's a bit weird why it would take so much time. So here, this is the Annihilator. Looks smaller than it actually is. Very clunky there. With the little skull on its head. that we can't really see from this angle, from these angles here. And they're like so. Very nice. From here we can roughly see it here, there. Yeah. I think in the last episode we had a better look. We had a better look, and like the Annihilation Fest before that. So the second last episode where we fought several annihilators, there we could also see the colors. So and then the Bull Shark, I think this was introduced with the DLC. That's certainly a very, very good mech that even had, despite being a 95-ton mech, had even a higher net tonnage use, yeah, for the equipment. So that was actually, you could even call it slightly overpowered. But on the other hand, like, I mean, we did save the tonnage for the jump jets on this one, of course. But I felt that it was worth it. And I think it certainly was. But I only wanted one mech without jumping capability, so the others could fill the tactical roles. So this guy is also not the best melee fighter, but also pretty decent. Or actually very good. Yeah, with 35 additional points, Chess's quirk. Thumper cannon was a lot of fun. And also rather impressive, so that was actually pretty cool to have this one. And when we got it, it had the double heat sinks. So, yeah. And you can see we put these ultra autocannons. I mean, this is not even the maximum, because we never got the best one. So this seems to be the best ultra autocannon 5. Double plus with -2 tons. I personally prefer that, because obviously and evidently the tonnage, the damage output per tonnage is the main factor, in my opinion. So, yeah, and well, we didn't even have the highest armor here as well, but yeah, dishing out the damage, 526 firepower, and that was actually, yeah, more than, well, I mean, like, he can do a full alpha strike, yeah, because he's got such high heat sinking in the first place of 78 points, so that's really good. That's really good. Yeah, and I was very, very pleased with this one as well. Very pleased indeed. LB-10X, this shotgun, literally the autocannon shotgun, and 3 ultra autocannons. That was a very nice build. Might even have been better if we had space for this TTS computer to hit better, but I felt that it was never really necessary. Yeah, so there we go. Loading time. Time for me to sip on my glass of water. Then my favorite mechs, the Marauders. Here our laser version, the Mad 3D. Why are these my favorite mechs? Because they are so versatile. While not the heaviest one, they can jump very nicely, generate a lot of evasion, and they have this special modification, or this special computer on them. This Lance Command mod. Yeah, this increases the cold shot advantage, and also it reduces the damage received for the whole lance. So, and that's, I feel that when we were running 2 Marauders, I felt that was very efficient as well. And if you think of the real economics behind this, would also save you a lot of money, because it, yeah, if it helps people avoid damage, it's always a good thing. So, and making this one was very versatile here. Had a chassis quirk of 20, so let's call it average. Yeah, but I liked the heat sinking, but obviously with this L pulse and extended range L laser, so I made him a real nasty sniper, long distance sniper here. at 570 meters. But of course, I was also trying to get the best gear in as many mechs as possible. I think we could have put this L pulse into the other mech. Oh, let's see. No, I think. Oh no. I think we had not enough tonnage at the ready. But well, the design is also quite iconic. Certainly extremely cool and menacing. I like that mech a lot. Really a lot. So this is probably my favorite mech. Yes, you are allowed to show the other screen again. And well, I will not miss the loading times in this game, I can tell you. So here, this was our... That's my favorite Marauder with the Gauss rifle. So this, in here we have the best Gauss rifle in the game that weighs less tonnage, which adds up the use for other gear. So here we have it, yeah, with the Gauss rifle on the right shoulder. And this was Whisper's favorite as well, I think. Here we go. Especially... Oh no, crap. I wanted to equip it. Oh no, sorry. Ages pass. So, and well, the thing is, like, with a good shot, with a good pilot who's good at gunnery, this is, like, really good for headhunting. Yeah, this is, like, the best mech. So... to build anything, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have the best weapon on this one. To build anything with this ability that, you know, that doesn't go for the maximum damage is possibly foolish. So this here is, in my opinion, is the best Gauss rifle because it weighs 2 tons less. But we didn't see anything that's better. Yeah, like with the higher damage or something. I don't know if it exists in the game. We lost one arm at some point, and I tried to, yeah, make this one a long range. Oh yeah, oh, by the way, the Gauss rifle is even at 660 meters, so... But putting the L-pulse in here was not the best idea, because that thing weighs like 5 tons, I think. Something around 5 tons, and we could have done that. But I always felt that having more chances to hit the cockpit, the enemy cockpit, is better. Yeah. And like this would be an extreme range attack. But yeah, if the tactical situation would make that necessary, we could of course jump away and then only shoot the Gauss rifle and keep our distance. Yeah, this could have been possible. And this versatility is what I like a lot here as well. Then as you can see, so the lens command mod with the named advantages, we had 2 extended range M lasers. I was thinking about the heat, of course. Yeah, and 2 regular M lasers. And by the way, after this Gauss rifle here, I think the weapon that made the biggest difference over the course of the game was this M laser with plus 10 damage, in my opinion. That increased our damage output significantly, even in early game, or let's call it the mid game, the late early game, early mid game, when we firstly got these here. That was a huge advantage over the regular M lasers. Yeah. So, and here we had the efficiency 36 to 69 heat, because we were only shooting here with 4 M lasers, which is a great advantage. And then the ability to jump around. Also to jump on high ground. Yeah, get a good shot into enemy cockpits from high ground. That was the idea here, a sniper build. I personally would have preferred to have maybe even more AC. Yeah, you could probably make one with really more long range capability with an AC2 or something. but yeah, it was also not really necessary. So, and then our secondary mechs here, the bull shark, that was this one here. We didn't use this one so much because, yeah, the best weapons were here in our top row. I'm not looking into this one again, like in there, but as you can see here, this build that was also trying to just dish out a lot of damage without the thumper. This is the bull shark version that doesn't have the thumper cannon. And it's also, it has a lot of firepower potential as well, but I never felt that it's, yeah, that it was better than the other builds. I did like the Banshee to just punch people with it. Let's look into this one. That's also, like, from the spectacular point of view, or the point of view of spectacularity and cool combat. I really like the brawling, but of course you shouldn't get into close range with everybody all the time. So, but I try to increase the melee damage to the maximum. So base damage is 95, and then we had the chassis quirk here with 35. And we remember 40 is the maximum that we've seen. So this made this guy here very nice and also more mobile with 4 jump jets. And the jump jets are a good thing to cross and close the distance as quickly as possible. So while the damage potential here is relatively low with shooting at 255, I mean, it's very decent in comparison to the regular builds. Yeah. But the thinking was to rather close the distance and then shoot, and then we would be heated up, and then we are in brawling range, and then beat the guy up some more. That has been softened up a little bit. Yeah. And I feel that was also a pretty good build. But of course, at a higher risk. Because you don't want to get too close to enemies that can dish out a lot of damage. Because then you need to get away as well, and then that's not gonna happen probably if you already mess up a lot. So, and that's how the Banshee looks. Very nice mech with knee and elbow pads. Very clunky. And then we're nearly through. So for experimental reasons I built some missile boats, and as I said before, I mean, it's sort of fun, but I never felt that they are a very good thing to have in terms of tactical versatility. So here we can see I tried to maximize this one as well again, right? So we've got 3 LRM-15 up there, 1 LRM-5 and an LB-5X and 1 L-laser. We could have maximized the damage or the LRM, of course. But the LRM-15 is also the one that has the best damage per tonnage output. Yeah, after the and then the LRM-5, of course. So LRM-20 is kind of a waste of tonnage, in my opinion, and 10 for sure. So yeah, and let's have a look at it. Like from the other angle, that might be cool to see the missile racks on the mech. And I mean, dishing out a lot of damage with LRMs, it's cool and a lot of fun, but there are also risks involved. So there it is. Yeah, it's kind of cool. All on the left side there. And then from here. Well, and BattleTech is certainly a very cool game, also in that sense that it creates this unique design and the unique feeling. That's like maybe the only game that is so cool in that sense, like that you have such iconic things in it that are immediately recognizable. It's maybe only Warhammer. Then here we've got the Stalker, so that's the best and heaviest pure missile boat, you could say, where you can say, okay, it is very clearly designed for LRM use. Yeah. But as I said before, so I was never going to become an LRM fan. So, but how I built this one, the Stalker, is, as we can see, again, to maximize the damage output rather than to have as many missiles in the air as possible. And to have some versatility here with the long-range direct fire weapons here. This one here. The extended range PPC, 2 of them. That was actually pretty cool to shoot like that, and also with M lasers as backup. And having 40 missiles, LRM 5 and LRM 15. Yeah, that's, in my opinion, that's really much better than LRM 20. Let's have a look here. So as we recall, this one weighs 10 tons. And here we've got 7 plus 2. So that's 1 ton less than one LRM 20 rack, right? So, and then we always have to think about the fact, what do we do with the tonnage that we save? Yeah, and well, we did some experiments. We could have put more rockets on it, of course, but then it also becomes way more dangerous, and you don't want to have a paper-thin LRM boat. I mean, we had that as well, but it's kind of fun, but it's way too dangerous. Yeah, way too dangerous. I mean, if you knew what kind of mechs the enemy has, then of course you can... Oh, by the way, they've got some cool runes on this one. Then you can surely build a specialized mech, yeah? If you know that the enemy is stationary and has short range or something, then you can dish out a lot of damage with the LRMs. Yeah, or like to attack a base with LRMs. That might be a cool idea to minimize your risk. Yeah, to have a little spotter or something. But this game is about a mercenary company, and we don't have so many mechs. Yeah, but if you were a commander on a planet and you're a general in a country, then you can do some stuff like that, of course. Yeah, if you have a huge army of mechs, then you can do that. But not for us as a mercenary company with only a limited selection of mechs. This here, the Warhammer, is also one of my favorite mechs, because it also has a special ability with these capacitors that increase the damage output of energy weapons. Let's wait another eon for this thing to show up. Oh, the game, I will really not miss that. And that's something I liked a lot here, these optimized capacitors. 20% more energy damage. So therefore, it makes a lot of sense to concentrate on energy weapons. And this is what we did here. With the damage output of 285 at a 70-ton mech, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. With the snub PPC. But this was not the best one, of course. I mean, okay, and I wanted this one because the Warhammer is also a pretty good brawler here with the chassis quirk of 30. Like, for the tonnage, it's really good. And we had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, that's for sure. Dishing out a lot of energy damage, increased by these capacitors. Yeah, at range with L laser, but also at close range potential, and with the support weapons here. Yeah, that was pretty worth it, I think. That was a really good one. And I liked this build a lot, because we had the potential to dish out damage and debilitate enemies' sensors, and then close in for the kill in the melee when we were heated up. Heat efficiency here was 45 at 89 for the Alpha Strike. That was pretty good. We could actually shoot for quite a while before being forced to go into melee. And with 4 jump jets, this is also a rather mobile mech. Very nice. Very nice thing. But I personally, I was never convinced that it's a good idea to punch people with your weapon. So that's always the thing that where I felt that the world building was not very convincing. Like they should have at least done a shoulder block or something, but you would never punch someone with this weapon here because it would be destroyed by the punch. Yeah. So that was our build with leg mods, so we could do some death from above with our jump capability, so that was really cool. The Warhammer, a really good name for a very nice mech as well. So, and then I kept our old mechs from our first really good lands down here. Now let's go through this one some more. So this is the Cataphract. This was the other ECM version after the Raven. So that was also pretty cool here with the Ultra Autocannon 5 with the recoil reduction and the ton reduction. Let's refit this one. I was always hoping that there might be a special mission or something where they say, okay, you need to get undetected somewhere. But that's not even what the ECM does, so they know that we are there. So, yeah, I always felt like that at least. So this is this X1 EW equipment, yeah, with the ECM field and area sensor log. Yeah, so I think the game was actually not living up to its full potential there. There could have been some more special missions that could have made this cooler, kind of. I never felt that it was necessary to use this. I mean, we did our experiments and it was kind of fun, but obviously this cost 7.5 tons, and instead you can rather have more armor and damage output. Yeah. It's annoying if the enemy has that, but I felt it was always more of a disadvantage actually. Yeah. Which is of course why we won all the battles. But it was still quite fun. So, and this is the better mech. The Raven being the smaller one. And here, yeah, we had some damage output, but it's limited at 205. Melee, chassis quirk only 20. And as we can see, yeah. Let's have a look. But it's certainly cool to have the Ultra Autocannon here on the hip. By the way, what's this one? Ah, this is the EC equipment here. This is the one, yeah. Interesting. And I like the design, because it's like the Cataphract. It's really looks very, very solid there. And that's also what I like with the names. Yeah, so the mech design is really cool in this game. There we go. So, and then this is maybe my third favorite mech. What we look at now, the Vulcan. That's a smaller one, and we got it rather late. But I think this body here could have wrecked the enemy, like for its 40 tons. This guy is really, really good. Would have been really cool to have this one earlier and rip through all the light mechs in the early game. But we got this one only when we were like already in medium to heavy mech weight classes. So I built this guy here to do melee, so because he's a very good melee fighter, due to the fact that he's got all these support weapons and the CQC suite, which gives plus 90 meter support weapons range and plus 10 melee hit defense. So with this guy you want to be close in. Yeah. Although he only has a chassis quirk of 10. But that's why I gave him this this big mod here. Let's think that this is a big claw or something. Yeah, the game never showed that. And I think in the mod Rogue Tech they actually have swords and shields and stuff like that, which is just appropriate. So I don't even know why they didn't implement that in the game. That would have made things way cooler. Or like at least to have some more mech design here on the arms, that you have more claws or a hammer or something, or a bigger fist or whatever. Yeah. Or a thorn or something. So, but this was also a lot of fun with this one. We had some firepower here at 135, but obviously this guy is only very competitive against its own weight class. Yeah, other medium and small mechs. Yeah, it's a lighter medium mech. But that was cool. Striker, by the way, like what's the regular description here? The 2T Vulcan is a curious mech that's designed primarily for support attacks, but also mounts an AC-2, one of the longest range weapons available. Mechwarriors normally ditch it in favor of more armor or different weaponry that complements the Vulcan's close quarter strength. Yeah, that's a totally weird thing to put on this mech, in my opinion, because it's a mech that wants to go close. Yeah. Like if you have an AC-2, in my opinion, that's wasted 6 tons. Yeah, because this guy then doesn't use all of this here. And the suite, okay, it doesn't cost any tonnage, but it's a grand advantage here. Yeah, to be able to fire the support weapons that don't weigh much and have a very good damage per tonnage output. Which is why we put these triple plus S lasers on this guy. And also this machine gun here to get the crit. The crit in. That was really a lot of fun with this guy. So let's have a look at him. Again, maybe a little bit too creepy a design for my taste, but still very cool. Also I like the thrusters in the back. That's really, really cool. There. Looks very alien. Sort of. And there. That's the Vulcan. And I like the versatility here, because this guy jumps so far. It's like it has an incredible jump capability, and therefore builds up really a lot of evasion as well. But it was always quite the risk to use this guy. Oh yeah, and we only had even 5 jump jets here. So then the Thunderbolt. And that's also one of my favorite mechs. That really changed everything once we had this guy. A heavy mech. A lighter heavy mech, but that's super sturdy. So that changed, this guy changed everything in my opinion. With a very versatile weapons load, or like a potentially very versatile weapons load, and exactly like how I liked it. Yeah, to have some long range weapons, some short range weapons, good armor capability, yeah, and also quite some good jumping capability. That was really nice. And this guy dished out a lot of stuff. 248 firepower with an L laser. At 450 meters range, AC5. At also 540. That was actually the longest range weapon here. And then a lot of short range potential here with the SRM. And I used the 2 and 4, as you recall, just in case we were too heated up, so that we could at least shoot the smaller one. Yeah. And that was also a good thing, I feel. That was really a lot of fun here, this guy. And this one was competitive, like way into the, actually like into the late game, I would say. But obviously we didn't use him so much anymore because at the same time this one doesn't have any special. But what I also like is the design, this asymmetric cockpit location here. That's pretty cool. With the big rocket launcher on the shoulder. Very nice. And design-wise, this is possibly my personal, my favorite mech. So, yeah, what else is there to say? I don't think anything. Skirmish and brawler, yeah. Well, we didn't put any further melee mods in here, but actually it's not such a good brawler with a chest quirk of only 15. Yeah, so that's not even the best roll. But the description here is a well-armed and heavily armored for its size. It's often deployed as a frontline mech where the fighting is heavy and it needs to give as good as it gets. Yeah. So, with all the armor, that was really a thing. So this mech changed everything. And I think this is the Thunderbolt we got also rather early, which kind of messed up the balance maybe a little bit. I'm not sure. But that was certainly a lot of fun, yeah. And you see that we used also a lot of M lasers here. So then the Centurion we had like right from the beginning, and that's also one of my favorite mechs, especially design-wise. Super cool. And this one has these claws here, by the way, and the shield arm. Yeah, we made him very versatile. Oh yeah, but well, I think I took out some weapons, right? We just have him here to look at him. But this one, this was also like the grand strength of our lance right from the beginning. Like without the Centurion, I think we would have had way more trouble. Yeah, we had the AC5, the better one, with plus 10 damage output. One chest laser in favor of the better gyro and SRM. So rather the short range thing. But with 20 points of chassis quirk, it's also a decent enough melee fighter. Well, and actually the shield arm on the left, that was also a good thing. This guy, the left arm got shot off rather often, I think. Yeah, I think this is the one part that got shot up most in the whole run, in this whole Let's Play. And by the way, what am I doing here? We need to go back. We wanted to look at him. So, yeah, black screen, I know, but that's the fault of this game. Harebrained Studios, what did you think? Why didn't you do any loading pictures at least? Like, just a few. There would be so cool motifs here. So, that's our Centurion. Looking like so. Looking from here like so. With our SRMs on the left side torso. And here one chest laser. But I'm not a big fan of any torso weapons because of the reduced accuracy there, which is one of the reasons why I also used the weapon versions with better accuracy in the torso rather than the maximum damage output. Here, then the Shadowhawk, that was also very nice and cool mech. Looks a little bit like the United States from the coloring. The United States colors. That was pretty cool. And I also think, I think we got this one before the Thunderbolt. And this was also very versatile, tanky mech for us. Let's firstly look at the equipment. But with more limited firepower. But it was also, this one is also the nicer melee fighter with the chassis quirk of 30. That was nice. At the same time very mobile. With a potential 5 jump jets even. Yeah, and what did we do here? We had the maximum of support weapons, also with plus 10 damage here, to get into the brawl, and have some long range, AC2 here, and short range capability. So this one was the thing where I felt this was actually our safest and most secure mech, because the guy can jump away, run away, shoot from a distance here, with a decent amount of ammo for the AC2, 25 rounds. but can also jump in when he's cooled off, yeah, and dish out quite some damage here with these 2 M lasers and SRM4, and then also punch people. Yeah, striker. And with his shoulder AC. The AC2 looks bigger than it actually is, kind of. There we go. Also very cool design. But maybe a little bit too conventional. And otherwise nothing special about this guy. But that was... the Shadowhawk was also a very nice addition to our lands. I think that increased our capabilities very significantly. And you possibly remember this legendary battle where we had to run away from all those assault mechs, where we firstly saw the King Crab. That was massive, and without him I think we wouldn't have made it. And then our Griffin, so-called Ultra Griffin. Did I actually change the name? Yeah, I think so, because it's just so cool. That was also one of our... that was our workhorse. Our mech workhorse. Not as good a brawler as the Shadowhawk, but this guy, this was a very versatile mech for us. And that also comes with a shield on the left side. The whole left side being a shield, literally. They could just take it off. We never cared too much. Except for the costs, of course. Yeah, with... yeah, I decided for the versatility here. With the LRM-5. And at that point, like this guy here, the medium mech, there was more a light mech hunter and to overcome other medium mechs in time. With an L laser for long range, 2 M lasers for the maximum damage output per ton. Same goes for the SRMs. And at the same time being able to be very, very versatile and quick to jump around. As much armor as possible. With a more asymmetric armor. Yeah? Less on the left side because, well, losing the left side is not as significant as being shot in the ammo or something. And I also like this shoulder rack. This is our Griffin. That was pretty cool. The good old times. When we had to really, really fear for our mechs. So, and that's the last mech to look at. Also, I like the cockpit here. Possibly not the safest cockpit, but well, people have a good view in it. There. But otherwise, also nothing really special about this one. Yeah, and we do recall this other one. What was the name? The mech that dishes out more damage when jumping around. That was also very helpful, but I felt that the Griffin was actually more versatile. Let's look around. I think, well, I have it on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, here, I also liked the Kintaro for its missile ability. It wasn't the Wolverine. Shadowhawk, Wolverine, what was it? The Steel Claws, the Crabs, the Trebuchets, the Blackjack. Oh yeah, the good old Blackjack. But it was a good day. Oh yeah, you remember the Hatchet Man as well, right? With the axe. That was actually pretty cool. But the mech was too unsafe. Ah, the Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. Because we could jump around so much. That was very nice, but it never had so much damage potential. And by the way, the Phoenix Hawk here with the AC capability, that was also a waste for its potential. Here, this one was the better one. With the all-out energy weapon. So, that's our mechs. Let's have a look at our Mechwarriors. Yeah, we mourn adrenaline, but we celebrate all our other guys.
Waiting for
our
order.
first row was our own character, Hardball. Service record. I don't even know how we got to this one here. Loner, Steiner, Ancestry, Noble Family, and Solaris 7 Gladiator. And then we had Ozone.
Skipper.
In our first lands and Paradise. Ozone. Got a Super Mech. Dependable, Jinxed. Military came from the periphery.
Yes, Commander.
Paradise. Criminal. But he became honest with us. Mechwarrior, Technician, Military came from the periphery. Yeah, well, and then Adrenaline. Those were the 4 of us. And then our second lance, Red Cap, didn't make it to become a legendary elite pilot. I mean, okay, he's still elite, but barely maybe. Yeah, he's not extremely elite like the others. But they are also just considered an elite pilot, right? Yeah, I would consider them legendary if they have everything on 10.
Good to go.
Or let's call them ultra elite. So that's Red Cap. And then Ariamaki.
Yes, Commander.
A lucky guy. Well, he was certainly lucky to become our guy. Yeah, and also, by the way, the Kickstarter. And as you recall, I tried to get as many Kickstarter and Ronin special characters into the lands as possible. And that's what we have. So and then Buckshot was also part of our secondary lands. The secondary elite lands. She's cautious and dependable.
Commander.
Well, and then these guys here, we
Orders.
never played them.
Orders?
It was neither necessary nor would have been
Good
wise to use these guys.
Waiting for orders.
I mean, okay, we had some, yeah, here 5 deployments with Jester, Hammer.
Standing by.
He had only 1 deployment. Yeah, God.
Waiting for order.
I think God is more in need of psychotherapy if he has such a call sign.
Commander.
And this guy also Egg.
What's
It
up,
never
boss?
made sense to deploy these guys. Would have been a waste. A waste
Yes,
of experience,
Good
in
to go.
principle. But on the other hand, like, we were never in the position that we needed to deploy them when the others were shot up
Commander?
or something in the infirmary. Yeah, she had 20 deployments. Lion, Christie, Majestic had also some. Oh no, he didn't. Oh yeah, he came with all this experience already. Okay. Yeah, then and Phantom had 2 deployments, got 2 kills.
Receiving
Red
you.
Cap with 1 or 12 deployments. Spentia, no deployment. Taboo
Receiving
was
you.
our cool guy with 18 deployments because he was the only athletic guy.
Receiving you.
Tinker, I think she never had one, right? Yeah.
Orders?
The Varangian neither, yep. And then Watson had some. He was one of our first guys as well, when we didn't have the Kickstarter
Commander?
characters. And here Whisper, our beloved Whisper, Kickstarter backer and elite. And our bookish girl, our bookish lady, who became rather tough. And then
I'm
we've got
receiving
Wildfire. I think she was the last one that we got, just 16 days ago. Okay, so and that's our crew. And now, oh yeah, and let's have a look at the Argo again. So I think the game was more interesting when we still had the option to further upgrade the Argo, to have this additional motivation. So, and let's recall. So I feel that to repair the power systems, that was a good thing to prevent problems. Same thing goes for the structural stuff, but that was also prerequisite for other things. Drive system to be quicker. And this here was, what was this actually? The habitat pods. Ah yeah, so we could have more Mechwarriors here actually. Ah yeah, these are the legs actually, the habitat pods. Okay. The better med bay Oh yeah, here, chance of death from incapacitating damage is 5% less likely and so on, yeah. And then I liked all the ideas here with the recreation. The arcade to increase our morale. The gymnasium for more morale. I think the game could have done some more. Like, it was just this factor for the morale. Well, I mean, and they tried to have some little things happening when we were on a trip. The lounge here and so on. But I think there could have been some more role-playing. I really like the low G pool, the idea here. And we recall this thing that we found some people, right? Coming naked out of this one. Yeah, here, the mech base to be able to have more mechs around. Repair and refit. More tech points. This is all for more tech points to be able to repair more and quicker. And then the training modules for our guys to get more experience. Mechwarriors with less than 30,000 total experience can benefit from this training. Yeah, 50 per day. So, well, and I feel we did all we could. And I really like the Argo as a ship. It's really nice. And let's go star map. Let's fly. What's this? A battlefield. Oh yeah, well, that's 4 skulls. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure what's happening now, but let's do it right now. Yeah, let's just fly around like so. Argo. And then it's 5 days. Yep, orders complete. Paradise tag has expired, so 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, and no days remaining.
To go over
there.
Financials whenever you are.
Yeah. Okay, accepting. We are paying. What happens? Game saved. No days. Aha. Meeting. Aha. Survived a mercenary career. Completed your first career mode campaign with any rank. Meeting Archangel. You'd been gathering supplies planetside, but have spent the last hour trying to find Young. The sound of cheers and pounding metal. Like, how is that possible? We are in the middle of space. But well. The sound of cheers and pounding metal draws you to the edge of town where a pair of haphazardly repaired industrial mechs beat on each other. Young calls us over. Sorry, I wandered off, boss. I heard a guy in the market bragging about this aggro mech fight club. I had to see it for myself. One of the mechs is in notably better condition than the other, but the second clearly has the better or possibly drunker pilot. The shinier mech finally falls and a small group of winning betters collects from the bookie. Young gestures to the junkier mech as the cockpit opens. You have to meet this pile, he said. Any aggro mech can be made combat ready if you are not afraid of the challenge. What do you say? Shall we buy the victor a drink? Well, of course. Order Young to finish the supply run while we buy the pilot drink. Well, no, let's do it together. Here, let's join Young in buying the pilot drink. Let's do it together. What? I'd like to meet him myself. We admit. Young grins and flex the pilot over. Despite the reckless abandon of his fighting style, he doesn't seem drunk, just exuberant. He introduces himself as Archangel, a new guy. After trying to defend his hometown twice from raiders, Archangel was recruited by their leader. As part of the raiding crew, his stubborn recklessness and fury were put to good use. Eventually, he was kicked out of the gang for his own good, so that he would join a proper mercenary crew. Gladly takes Young up on the offer of a few drinks. When he finds out we command a Mech mercenary company, buys the next round himself and starts filling us out for any openings in our crew. As soon as we are done here, I'm going to register with the local hiring hall, but hey, if you don't have an opening now, that's fine. I think it's time for me to leave this rock anyway. I'm sure we'll meet again. And then we've got a problem. Exception has been thrown by the target of an invocation. Well, this is Archangel then. So this seems to be a special person. Criminal, brave, reckless, lucky, and periphery. Well, we're not going to see him. There. Hardball career score. Yeah, I put as much difficulty in as possible. So, we've got a lot of sea builds, but by way not as much as we could. I'm not even sure how you would make that money, but well. We got all the Argo upgrades. We got also not even half the possible Mechwarrior experience. I don't know how. I changed the... maybe it's because our main hardball character is not counted. So we could have done this with other pilots, I guess, for some more points, yeah. But I feel the boss should do that as well, yeah. The boss should lead by example. And also didn't cost us in the beginning. Mech chassis, it's the maximum. We got all the mechs, I'm proud of that. And also the mech chassis completion here. Star systems, yeah, I think we did as much as we could. In my opinion, I was rather efficient, because we usually never repaired on planet, but only when we were in transit. Then we've got the maximum contracts. Argo completion is another bonus. Morale is at maximum. People are happy on the Argo. We have become a family. That's great. Mech chassis completion and star system completion we don't get, obviously. Score details. Yeah, well, that's the thing. We already looked at it often enough. And we are elite. Well, I would have thought we would become legendary or something. And that's it, huh? Bonus reward, career reward, elite. That's it. An AC10 plus, double plus, and a PPC double plus. Yeah, well, nothing special here. Okay, well, so I'm not impressed, but it's fine. It's fire starter part and a panther part. There. Okay then. What? And that's it? Career completed. What? We don't get anything now. That's it? Can we just continue? Oh, we are on the man Ryerson. Timeline pause. What happens? No, nothing happens. Okay. Well then, so we can say we bet the game. It's a bit sad that they didn't do anything special, like not even a picture here or something. But let's imagine that we have a big party on the Argo, and I think we are ending this game with the notion that we are asking Whisper, our beloved Whisper, to join us in marriage, and I'm rather sure. I mean, how could she say no, right? So we fought side by side. She's bookish. And we shall have a grand, happy family together. So, yeah, I think she's very favorable of us. So, and that being said, that was a nice game. Maybe a little bit too slow in the late game, but up to the point where we had the Flashpoint campaign, I really enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, I will make another last video with my introduction, with my collected thoughts, with tips and tricks, and my personal review. So, but this ends this episode and the Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Please do share your thoughts in the comment section. You are heartily invited. I would appreciate your like. But I'm also happy that this is finished now. So it was good, but everything needs to end at some point. And there have been a lot of episodes. And I feel we could have ended this actually like 50 episodes or even 100 ago. And yeah, while every single fight was cool, kind of. Yeah. Did it add anything to the experience? I mean, we had seen everything by then as well. Yeah, so that's maybe one of the biggest criticisms I have of the game. Yeah, but well, I will go into that in depth. But it was, all in all, it was a very nice experience. I really liked the mechs. And the whole concept could have had some more role-playing stuff. And some real world events. Yeah, so nothing ever changed here. And that's maybe the thing that I dislike the most. And, yeah. At least I think that no one ever got a new planet or something. That's the Magistracy of Canopus, yeah. Despite all the fighting, no planet ever changed hands, did it? But well, anyway. So, and that concludes this game. many thanks again for watching and hanging out with me here. Yeah, well, and I would really appreciate if you share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this? And, well, if you haven't done so yet, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you never ever miss an episode again. There's a lot of stuff going on the channel. Why not try out another Let's Play? There will be more stuff coming up in future, of course. Yeah. And I appreciate you being here on the channel. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.